that were removed, they were removed by CPS from the custody of the mother. Like they were
They
no,
did a legal removal?
they did a legal removal.
Enjoy the video, hit the like button.
It has Willie White and Jessica Rodriguez.
Okay.
And Ms. Rodriguez has not appeared so far today, but we do have Mr. White. If you'll state your name on the record for me, Mr. White.
Michael
White.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Willie White. Would you state your full name on the record, please?
Yes, ma'am. Willie Ray White.
Right. And would you raise your, do we have any other witnesses besides Mr. White? No? All right, Mr. White, would you raise your right hand and be sworn in for me?
Well, I do have my daughter here with me.
Is she planning to testify?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then put her back on camera and we'll have her state her name.
15.
All right. I'll have you and Mr. White both raise your right hands and be sworn in. Do you both swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you may put your hands down. We're gonna send the daughter, will you send her to another room until we need her to testify, please?
Yes, ma'am. If you want to, take that blanket, Rich.
Okay.
All right, and Mr. Michael White, is the state ready to go forward today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and do we have a good service return for Ms. Rodriguez?
Well, we do, Your Honor. I may share my screen to the court.
Yes, you may.
This is the return or the citation issued to Jessica Marie Rodriguez.
Right.
And it was showing she was served the 8th of September, 2025 at 1 p.m. Her location in Sinton. And it was been on file since October 2nd. We have not received a return sorry, we have not received an answer, and I don't know if there's one filed in the court's record.
All right, let me look through this court file quickly. Citation, no answer. All right, looks like we're ready to proceed then. Mr. White, you may go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. This is a motion to confirm arrears and modify child support. I do not believe there's been another motion to modify custody has been filed. With that in mind, we do have had an affidavit of possession in our system since June 22nd, 2024, that he has had possession of the child. It appears that the Department of Family and Protective Services may have removed, it was removed Alexis and placed her with the father. There's no non-disclosure in this case. He's currently providing insurance at $90 a week and dental at $18. We're going to ask, since he has possession of the child, that child support be set at $0. There is an arrearage, Your Honor, of $5,456.90. We would ask a credit be applied in the amount of $6,863.44, which would have a balance of $0. Awkward. And court cost to be assessed as appropriate. Understanding the law does not, well, we're not allowed to set them against the CP in this case.
Is there a medical arrearage?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, court costs are waived.
And if I could, Your Honor, share my screen again.
You may.
Go to the top here. This is the financial activity report for this case. You can see identified by the parties, Willie Ray White and Jessica Marie Rodriguez, with this cause number. If we go down to the bottom, you'll see that there is no medical arrearages and the child support arrearage of the amount that I just mentioned.
I see that. All right. Would you like Exhibit A to be admitted?
Yes, Your Honor, I offer Exhibit A.
Um, Willie White, any objections to Exhibit A?
No, Your Honor, I don't have any objections.
All right, Exhibit A is admitted.
And this time I have to call Mr. Willie Ray White.
Go
Yes.
ahead.
Mr. White, my sheet usually has the first name, but it doesn't. What is your daughter's name?
Brooke Alexia Rodriguez. Alexia is actually her middle name.
Okay, Brooke, it's the first name. It's the way someone typed it in the system, messed it up. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so Brooke. Brooke's been living with you since the time period from the affidavit. That's all true?
Yes, sir. She's actually been living with me since the middle of right at the beginning of June. It was my visitation. And yeah, like right at the beginning of June, it was during my summer visitation. She actually was supposed to stay longer or come earlier, but she had to go to summer school in Sinton County. So we got her after the summer school was out. And during that summer, CPS contacted me and said that it would be best and best advised if I didn't take her back because the kids were being spread out and her mom was incarcerated for a
Okay,
lot.
and gotcha. And was there a safety plan or anything that they did, or they just mentioned she's incarcerated? It's best that they stay with you.
Yes, sir. That's all he said. His name was Joseph Matthews. He said that there would be nowhere to take her. The house that they were living in, her grandfather was there, but he wasn't. It wasn't her grandfather. It was her ex-husband who had passed away. It was his grandfather's house, and it was very unsafe, unclean conditions, and the kids weren't allowed to go back. They're actually in foster care. We just found out that some of the other siblings, her youngest siblings, were abused by the people who took them from that situation, and now those kids are being placed in foster care, and the mother is still in jail, and some other things are pending against that case that she had.
Okay, so
Very sorry to hear that.
we can't quite call it complete voluntary, but it's in the best interest at this time that Brooke is where she's at, and
So
how's she doing there?
she is in band. She is on AB honor roll. She loves her school. We live 3 blocks away. She actually hasn't missed any days in school until today when we thought it would be best for her to be a part of this. She's very responsible. She loves it here. Um, she could tell you all this information herself. We actually found out some things of where she was living at, the reason why she wasn't going to school, the reason why she was missing so many days. Her mother would tell her just to go in and show up for attendance and then leave, and then her mother wouldn't see her for the rest of the day because her mother was gone. Um, she's she's doing really good here. She's healthy. She's not exposed to anything that she was exposed to in Sinton County. A lot of the things that she was dealing with down there are very atrocious. And she's been doing so much better here and stable.
I got you. But today the motions that the state have filed are only for the modification of support and arrears only. These are the custody matters that you're bringing up.
Yes, sir.
Which is relevant in the fact that she's been with you. It's, it was necessary. So to provide support for giving you the possession credit and for the current child support amount of being 0. But thank you. I have nothing further, Your Honor. Pass the witness.
Mr. Willie White, what county are you living in currently?
We live in McLennan County. I actually live in McGregor, Texas, which is west of Waco, about 15 minutes, but it's all classified under the same city. It's McGregor,
Okay.
Texas, but it's like kind of like
All right. Should you decide to pursue further legal action in connection with this matter, you can certainly ask the Attorney General to transfer your case to where you're living so that you don't need to travel to Sinton again. But of course, the motion to transfer would need to be filed and granted to get that back to where you are. But it sounds like you have everything you need to justify a transfer. But for today's purposes, I don't see any reason to deny the relief that Mr. Michael White has requested so far. Was there something specific you wanted Ms. Brooke to testify to?
The the situation that she was dealing with down there when her mother denied the status change. She was only wanting me to pay child support, although my daughter wasn't living with her. She was living with a friend because her mom was pretty much in the streets running around. She she's got some very disturbing details as far as reasons why she did run away, and she feels hurt because she couldn't protect her kids from the people that her mom was bringing around. The status change was so that my daughter wouldn't be in the situation that we all knew that she was being in while she was there.
Okay.
And her mother
Okay.
denied that.
All right. Well, with regard to what we do have for the court today, I don't think her testimony is necessary. So I think we can go forward without her testimony, but if there's something that she needs to say,
I think she wanted to say something. I don't know. If it's unnecessary, but I mean, she stayed home from school and she just wanted to be a part of it.
all right. Do you want to just bring her back and we can just let her know that she does not need to testify, but we'll allow her to participate.
She can hear you.
Hello again. So do we, I have a pretty good understanding of where we are and what the state is trying to accomplish today. Was there something you wanted to say? Right now, it looks like you're with Mr. White, and for all intents and purposes, we expect you to stay there. And I don't think there's really any other option, but it sounds like you've been doing well living there.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything you wanted to tell me on the record before we go forward with the rulings on this case?
Even if it's about your siblings, it's the reason why your siblings are in that situation with your mom. What you guys have to do.
Now, I don't need to hear any facts about how you ended up where you are. I think I understand that DFPS asked you to remain with Mr. White, and are you happy there?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And how is school treating you these days?
I've gotten a lot better. I'm passing all my classes.
Okay. Are you doing any extra activities?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you feel like all your needs are being addressed in Mr. White's home?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, that's great. That's all very good information. Is there anything else you think I should know?
Well, I have a question. It's about my brothers and sisters.
Okay. Well, I may not have any information about them, but you can ask and we'll see if we can answer it for you.
Well, if like my mom was to, get situated and be consistent with her life, would my brothers and sisters go back to her?
That would probably be up to the judge in CPS court. My assignment is for child support court. So what I rule over is cases that go through the Attorney General's office for child support. And what that means is I rule on a lot of visitation things. But for any cases that are on the legal side with DFPS, those have to go through the other judge for that. So the only thing I can tell you is it depends on a lot more information with your mom than what I would have. So I guess it's not an impossibility, but right now, based on what I do know, it sounds like it's pretty slim that would work out that way.
Well, that's all I wanted to know.
I do have.
Okay, well, I'm very sorry about how everything has gone, but it sounds like you're doing a lot better now. Happy about that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
I do
All
have a
right.
question, Judge.
Yes, sir.
So does this, after this hearing, does this mean that she's legally, I'm her primary custodial parent?
No, because the Attorney General does not have pleadings on file for that, and so I can't address it. I mean, it sounds like that's in her best interest, but we don't have Part A done to do the Part B order for that. But you can certainly apply with the Attorney General to do a change, what they call a change of status,
I've done that, and
so
that
that you can get that done. Well,
I've done,
they've not pled that,
okay.
for today's purposes.
I have
Um,
a copy of that that's notarized by the Attorney General here in Waco that filed that. They said that her supervisor denied that. The status change is the reason why the um, child support had froze because I was a month ahead. I was prepaid a month. And when the child support was frozen because of the status change, once the mother denied it, they picked back up the child support in December, I believe. And those months that it was frozen, they actually put me in delinquency. And so that's the reason why I was paying an interest rate on top of the child support while I was still taking care of my
Well,
daughter.
today's ruling will wipe all of that out, and you'll have a zero balance once we're done with this hearing. And you should have all the evidence you need to be able to proceed with a change of status under the current circumstances. I don't know what was happening at the time of your last application, but Mr. White could probably make some notes in their system to hopefully move that forward, or you may need to reapply, I'm not sure.
Your Honor, we would only proceed if the mother was in agreement on a change of
Well, she's
change
incarcerated.
of status. Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
She's incarcerated. So, Mr. White, you can also file your own pleadings and not have to wait around on the Attorney General. There's a website you can visit called texaslawhelp.org. And it has articles and forms and instructions that you can use to file your own legal pleadings.
Okay.
But you'll need to get the case transferred to where you're living as part of doing that.
Okay, so what I'm understanding so far is that I'm still on child support, but I owe zero.
You will owe zero and your obligation will be zero. You'll still be ordered to carry the insurance,
Okay.
but we're not charging you for anything. I'm going to waive the court costs for today's proceeding as well.
And I will be reimbursed what they taken from within that time frame.
Whatever is on hold should be released back to you, but I can't promise how that will take.
Okay. The status change was what my main um issue was because she's still primary, like she could legally kidnap my daughter and there's nothing that I can do about it.
Yes, you can. Yes, so you might want to consider filing your own petition and not waiting for the Attorney General to do it.
I've done that. I filed all the documents. I still
With
have
the court, with the district clerk, or with the Attorney General?
with the Attorney General. Let me find the
Okay,
copy.
what I'm saying is, just like the Attorney General, they filed a lawsuit through the district clerk's office in San Patricio County. Now, you can file your own pleading, what's called pro se, means without counsel. So you might want to contact the San Patricio District Clerk's office and ask them how you have to go about that with their county. Okay?
I get that.
Because the AG apparently doesn't want to do it. So you can file it yourself.
So if the kids, this is what my main concern was. The kids that were removed, they were removed by CPS from the custody of the mother. Like they were
They
no,
did a legal removal,
they did a legal removal.
whereas all you have is a safety plan.
I'm sorry.
Whereas all you have is a safety plan.
Yes, ma'am. And that was the main issue. Since my daughter was already with the visitation with me, they didn't obligate her to be removed from the primary custody since she was already with
Yes,
me.
sir.
Although they would have if she was still there. So I'm kind of like locked in on that just because of the circumstance of me taking advantage of my rights that I had to have her. I had to fight for an enforcement and a custody
Yes.
modification, original one. And then going down to the attorney general and having all that information filed and then
Do you
processed.
know, Mr. White, do you know what Ms. Rodriguez is in jail for? Is it for child abuse?
Theft, but the last case report showed that the CPS case that she had, like this last one, showed that there was, even though it got ruled out, my daughter can attest that these things were actually going on. She's found needles in the house. The kids were reportedly molested. She was hiding her mom's drugs. She
Okay.
had,
When
just
you have ample evidence to support a change of status, just because the Attorney General won't pursue it for you, doesn't mean you can't get it done.
and that
You
was
can file your own pleadings to do that. So you need to contact the district clerk's office in San Patricio County and ask them how to go about filing your own legal pleadings.
that's what I did, and they told me to go to the office here in Waco, and they
But that's
faxed them that information.
right,
And
but you're not gonna go through the Attorney General. You're gonna file it yourself. You don't need a child support case. You can file your own pleadings. Tell them you want to file a private action.
so they gave me the information, and I filed it myself. I just got them to notarize it. That's all.
Mr. White, you can file your own lawsuit in the state of Texas. If the clerk is trying to route you back to the Attorney General because you have a child support case, that's not what you need. Okay? If the clerk is not helping you, you may have to reach out to a private attorney and either retain them or just ask them to coach you through do that. I can't give you any more information. All I can do is explain to you the legal process, but I can't guide you through it.
I don't know. I feel like I've done this already.
I know.
I
I'm very sorry. I don't agree with how the Attorney General follows policy sometimes. And if you're not happy with your service you've gotten, you can certainly file a complaint through their website. And you might get some more help that way. I'm very sorry, but that's all I can do for you today.
Your Honor, if he's in the Waco area, Baylor Law, I believe, has a family law clinic that may be able to help him.
Well, there's another option for you. But that website, the texaslawhelp.org, has a lot of very helpful information. So you might want to visit that as well.
Baylor Waco Law Help.
Well, there's two different things. Baylor, the University of Baylor has a law school.
Okay,
And
right.
they have a legal clinic there.
Okay.
So you can ask them to help you, or you can visit the website texaslawhelp.org and do your own homework with the information there. Okay.
Okay, I've been through that. So this wouldn't just be a status change application or something to.
The Attorney General calls it a change of status because that's just what their title for it is. What you would file if you were going to do it yourself would file a motion to modify a conservatorship.
Motion to file conservator. Can I let me? Even though I know that's the same thing they're gonna say is, oh, that's just stuff. I'm gonna write that down. A motion to modify.
Conservatorship.
Because her mom wants her sisters to have my address and everything. The last thing I need is for her sending someone up here to try to get my child out of school or something and saying, well, since she's primarily, what was that?
I don't disagree with you. You may want to find a family lawyer in your area who will sit with you and provide a free consultation. A lot of attorneys will do that. They'll talk with you about your case for about 30 minutes for no charge. Or you can reach out to legal aid. But we've done everything we can. I'm granting all the relief the state has requested today. So that will wipe out your child support arrears, and set everything at 0. So they won't be charging you anymore,
Well,
and should be releasing any funds they have of yours.
I get that, but I'm under the impression that the courts have more power than me. So for me to have to go
Well,
through this whole process, and you know,
yes, sir, but I
taking all
can't
the steps.
bypass the legal process.
Well,
And I have several other cases waiting for their hearings. So I'm so sorry, but we're gonna have to adjourn. But I've given you several options that you can pursue, to try and go forward with what other things you need, okay?
okay.
Okay, I'm very, very sorry, but I am glad that you have your daughter in your care, and I wish you all the very best, okay? With that, we are adjourned. And Mr. White, you may disconnect from Zoom, and we're gonna have to go on to our next hearing. Have a good day, Mr. White.